You are listening to The World as I See It podcast. 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 Hello everyone and welcome back to The World as I See It. So today I want to talk about something people ask me a lot. And that is, how do I see color? What does it mean to me? I have my own way of understanding color. It's not about what it looks like necessarily. It's more about how it feels, the emotion it gives off, the meaning behind it. But before we jump into that, I want to hear from you. What should I talk about in my next episode? Email me at theworldasIseeitpodcast@gmail.com. I would love to hear your ideas. Okay, so color. Let's start with red. Red feels really bold to me. It's like intense. It's like a fiery color. And I always think of strawberries when I hear the word red. Probably because someone told me they were red when I was little. Red is strong and it's loud. It grabs your attention. And before we continue, I just want to mention that when I hear a new color, in order for me to understand it, I have to put it with an object. So like red could be strawberries, it could be red apples, it could be, just different things. And so when I hear a brand new color, I have to associate it with something that I already know of. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I have to think about it. Because if I hear a new color, I'm like, well, what is that color? So I have to have something that is that color or something similar to associate that color with to get how it feels. Okay, so now orange. Orange is interesting. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of fruit oranges. Like, those little white things on the inside? I don't like them. I don't know what they're called. But orange is a color I do think of sunset. That moment at the end of the day when the sun begins to set, when the day's winding down. And fall, I also think of the crunching leaves and the chilly air. So yeah, orange has some good vibes. Now yellow. Yellow makes me happy. It feels like the sunshine. I love being outside, feeling the sun when it's not too hot. Yellow is, it's a happy color. It just feels good. And when I, had to associate yellow with something, why I associate it with sunshine is because even though the sun's white, I read that. I don't know if that's right, but I read somewhere that from space the sun is white, but from Earth it looks yellow. I don't know if that's right. But anyway, that's why I associate yellow with the sun and sunshine. It also reminds me of slowing down. Like the yellow traffic light. A little reminder, even in life, to just pause and to just be in the moment. Now green. Green is peaceful to me. I think of grass, trees, and fresh air. And I love being in nature. I love the birds, the breeze, and just the stillness. And that's what green gives me. Blue is super calming. I think of the sky, a clear, beautiful day with the white, fluffy clouds up in the sky, just kind of drifting or moving. Blue feels quiet. It's soft. It's like a gentle breeze to me. And then the day winds down, and the blue, it starts to turn, and that's where indigo comes in. It starts to turn that purple. And people, they don't really talk about indigo much, and I honestly don't either. But I see it as that in-between moment when it's not quite night yet, but it's thoughtful and reflective. Now, purple or violet. That one means a lot to me. It's my favorite color. It is my mom's favorite color and was her mom's favorite too. So to me, purple feels like home. It's like safe. It's a safe color, and it's I associate purple with love. It's a comforting color. Next up is pink. Now, pink is my second favorite. And someone once told me that if I was a color, I would be pink. And yeah, I agree. Because if you don't know me, my personality is very, very bubbly. And it's very cheerful to me. So that's why I agree with that statement. That if I were a color, I would be pink. Pink, it's fun. It's bubbly. It's laughter and kindness and joy. And that's why I wear pink. It makes me just feel good. Now, black. Some people think black is empty or dark, but I don't see it that way. Yes, it is a dark color, but it's also mysterious. It makes me think of Halloween and, fall. Black, it's a cool color. Like it doesn't scream, but it says something, and I like that. I don't know if that makes any sense when I say it doesn't scream. It's not loud, but it's also not a bad color either. I like it because it's just mysterious, like I said before, and I like that. I like the mysterious stuff. And the next color we're going to talk about is white. I don't hate white, but I don't love it. And here's my reasoning for that. I think of snow. It's beautiful when it's untouched, but once you step on it, it changes. So I think that white, it doesn't stay clean. It gets dirty super easily, and that's why I don't like to wear it. That's why I don't really like white. It feels just kind of fragile. It doesn't stay clean for very long. It's just not a color that I particularly like. It's not my favorite. And finally, brown. Yeah, brown. Just don't do much for me. It's kind of dull. It feels lifeless. Now, I can appreciate it in wood, like wood floors, or I can appreciate it on floors, or maybe trees. But as a color, it's just there. Not exciting whatsoever, and not special. So yeah, that's how I see color. I don't see it with my eyes. I feel it. Every color means something. Even if I've never seen it, I still understand it. Thank you so much for listening. And if you got ideas for what I should talk about next, email me at theworldasIseeitpodcast@gmail.com. Keep seeing things in your own unique way. You've been listening to the World as I See It podcast.